so today we're going to go over the showing guidelines. So what we've touched on, I guess the only real person that's been there is Michelle for all the processes. But so we went over the buyer questionnaire, right? Like what that presentation looks like when we sit down with the buyer. What are the questions that we asked? Why do we go down each section, right? The quick personal info, right? Touching on what's important to them, what's the best way to contact them, right? So the thing to be aware of all the time is that this job is about the consumer, right? It's about that buyer. It's not about me. It's not my show. This is not the Jeremy show, right? It's about them. Keeping them always in the forefront of my thoughts, right? And my intention always is to best facilitate them buying a home, right? Because we're working with buyers at this particular point. So we've been through the questionnaire. Are there any questions? Or I know you guys are looking at it. Is there anything on there that we haven't touched on, or do you need to know a little bit deeper that you want to go on? Because what we're going to step into next is now we've got the buyer, right? They're ready to go. We're going to go out and we're going to start showing some homes, and we're going to start touching on what that looks like.
Not like a question or anything really, but just something I noticed JP did. When I thought was really cool last time from an outside perspective, because JP's not going to brag about himself being that, so I'm going to do it right now. No, but when he was doing a buyer questionnaire with these people, like the way he ran through that questionnaire, he just was like, it wasn't like sequential, it wasn't like one after another, like each box.
It was
kind of like, yeah, it was like as the flow of the conversation went, totally. He was hitting different points, you know what I mean? That way it wasn't so like if it was like that, it was like if they could fill it out themselves, you know what I mean? It was kind of like he made it like interactive. It was really cool. So
and that's the idea though. This is again, it is a guideline. You can jump from spot to spot. It's not set to be in order. What it's set in is that these are the things that I need to know, and here's how I'm going to go about getting to those points to best facilitate the buyer, right? So yeah, I mean, make it conversational as always. That's a big point. So everybody's cool on this? We can move into some showing, okay? So now we've finished it up, right? The buyer's ready to roll. We've looked at some houses online. We've sent them some things, right? They're looking at things and they're saying, hey, these are the houses. So first and foremost, the thing I wanted to, I just taught this earlier, so I feel like I'm saying it all over again, so I apologize, because I'm like, shit, I just said that. I just said that like 3 hours ago in a meeting. But the thing to always realize is you really need to listen to your customer, right? Because if the customer says, hey, I want, this particular area at this particular, and here's my price point, and I know that there's better houses at that price point over here, that is my expertise. But I need to show them what they want first, or show them the area first, and once we've exhausted that, then I can move into that area. So always listening to what they want first, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you take, and that person says, hey, I want this area with this, and you go, oh wait, I know better, I'm going to take you over here because you're going to get more for your money over here, they're going to be like, they're not listening to me. And you all know this, especially you women, that the men are really bad listeners, right? And you're like, that son of a bitch is not listening to me, right? And so just understand that this is no different, right? This is a relationship. We're building this relationship, okay? So as we move, now we're moving into the houses, right? So JP and I have gone through this, we talked about this, agreed upon that almost under no circumstances do I show more than 5 houses. Okay? So here's the thing. So here's one, right? So let's briefly talk about the first thing was showing guidelines.
What do we ask the question, Michelle? How many houses?
Too many.
So the number one thing for you guys is preparation. You have got to be prepared because you are the expert. There is nobody better for this particular client than you on planet Earth, and we have to prove that. We do it through preparation. So the other part, like I just said, no more than 5 homes. Right? Why do you think that is? Why do you think that's, anybody here show more than 5 homes? Yeah, I'm sure. I had a very good client of mine. She's, I'll tell you, her gross commission this year probably was right around $500,000. She showed one lady 17 homes in one day. 17 homes in one day.
Wow.
And you know what's funny is that when we sit down for our session, our coaching session, and she's like, I'm exhausted. I don't know what happened. Oh my God. And I was like, whoa, hold on a second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, she's been in the business 10, 12 years. That's not somebody who just started yesterday. I mean, she's averaging 26 to 32 deals for the last 10 years, or at least the last 7 years. She's really, really good, right, at getting business. But when you sit down, because once you start showing more than 5 homes, what happens is buyer confusion. We start confusing the buyer, right? And I don't care what you're selling, anytime, anywhere, if you're giving too many options, you're gonna lose them. You're gonna lose them. So, because now let's just take this for a second. You show them house number 1, right? And they're like, oh, that one has a really great master bedroom. And then you show them house number 2 and they go, oh, that one has the perfect backyard. And then you show them house number 3, right? And they go, oh my goodness, I love the area on that one. And then house number 4, I love the downstairs bathroom. And then, so here's what happens. Now you have one thing in each of the 5 houses that you just showed them. And now you're trying to find what I call the unicorn. You're trying to put all those things into one house, and it doesn't exist. It simply doesn't exist. So how do we break away from trying to find the unicorn, which you're never going to find, by the way, right? The way we're going to do it is 1, through preparation, so you know the areas, you know what's going on, and then number 2, it's how we is during the showing of the house. What do we do, right? There's basically 2 questions that we ask, right? First and foremost, you don't have to be Vanna White when you're showing a house. You don't have to walk in and go, and here's the kitchen, and the master bedroom, right? You don't have to do that. Let them explore. Let them absorb what's going on. Let them be in the space, okay? And there's really 2 questions. Okay? Number 1, as we're walking out. What? So tell me, what did you like? Right? What did you like? Simple. Oh, I love the backyard. I love the master bedroom. I love the floor. I love this. Da 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 da. Right? And now all I'm doing is taking mental notes. I'm taking, and I might even take some physical notes if I have it, right? And then the next question I ask is, what would you change? Notice that I did not say, what do you dislike? What do you hate? What didn't you like? I don't go down a negative path with them. I just simply say, what would you change? Because here's what I'm looking for. If they say, well, what I really like is if the backyard was over there and the front door was on that side, or the whole thing was flip-flopped, right? They start to give you things that are impossible to change. And then I would go deeper into that and say something like, well, is that a deal breaker for you? Does that mean there's no way for this to work? Yeah. Okay. In that case, crumble it up and it's gone. It's no longer to be heard from again. So that I can start to eliminate. My job in showing property is not to find the house. It's to eliminate the other ones. It's to eliminate the no's to get to the yes.